Hi there. When you first open iMovie, this is the screen you should see. It'll have a little welcome to iMovie area. You just click on continue and get started. So the first thing you'll see here is let me resize this a bit here and get it more of the information into the screen. There, that's more like it. So we want to click on Create New iMovie. Now, here we have a window, and this has several areas that are very important. One, notice at the top it says My Media. That's where you're going to import media into your movies, your still photographs, etc. Audio here, this will allow you to access your iTunes library and your special effects and that sort of thing, or sound effects. Titles, so you can add titles in between clips, on top of clips. Backgrounds, if you wish to insert a background in your movie, you can do this. And then more importantly, transitions. So it depends on whether you want to do a quick cut in between scenes or whether you want to actually have cross dissolve or some other crazy dissolve, like a wipe or a side left right. And when you hover your cursor over the type of transition, it'll give you a preview of what that's going to look like. Okay, down here, this is your preview area in this part of the screen. Down here is your timeline, and this is the area where you do your actual recording or editing. So, import media. I have in my have a folder of different media, and I'm going to just import it in here. I'm going to just drag it in here. You can also click right here on My Media and do a search for it here and import all. And so there are the media, including the sound right here. So what I can do is now, you can notice this little time circle that's starting to become gradually white. That tells you whether the media is completely imported or not. You can see this also up here. Okay, so here I've got a still image because you see the little photo camera icon, music because it's got this wave files, and then these two are movies. And if I just put my cursor in there and scrub them, it'll go right through there, and I can pick out the exact point I want something to start and end by using the I key and the O key, in and out. So let's start by putting a title in, and we'll just click on a title here, and I usually use the basic little title, and it's usually the one that's in the centered area, like this one for instance, and I'm just going to drag it down in there. It defaults to being 4 seconds. I'm going to make it just a, if I hover my cursor, you notice that split arrow. Hover your cursor over the end of a clip or title, you can shorten it a bit. So I click on that with this playhead over it. Now I can type in my title and just say, let's call this movie Our Big Little Movie by me. Okay, so now we have a title. I'm going to go back to our media, and we're going to pick out a couple of clips here because I want to make it short and sweet for you. And so as I scrub through here, I am going to pick out a portion. I'm going to say hit my I key for in. I'm going to go down here for out. And notice this is the portion of the clip I've selected. I'm going to drag it right down here. Now I'll notice too, I can also, if I do Command Z, I can undo. I can put my playhead at the end of the clip here, and if I hit the W key, it's going to put that right at the end of the clip. Let me go back. Here, notice there's my title, and here's my clip. And also, notice this goes way off the edge here. I can shrink that down a bit so I can see more of the movie, the totality of the movie. Another thing you'll want to know about iMovie is below each one of these movie clips is its soundtrack. And I can just hover over that horizontal line and turn it off. I may not even need the audio that I recorded in the video. The other option is if I can right click on the clip, I can detach the audio and then select it and delete it. So let's just get a couple clips here. Here is, I'm going to take I key in and then O key out and drop it right in here. I'm going to right click and I am going to detach the audio and delete it. Okie dokie. So I am going to go back to my titles and I am going to get a similar, just another title, put it at the end here, put my playhead over it and type in the end. I'm going to go to a transition. I'm going to use my favorite one, which is a cross dissolve right in there, so it will play that for you and you'll see it dissolve from one thing to the next as opposed to a sharp cut. And then I'm going to go back to my media and I'm going to get some of this song here. It's 4 minutes and I only have here about 1.5 minutes, so I'll just drag it down in here over the whole thing. And I am going to put my cursor here and then do Command B with my cursor over a piece of clip and the clip selected. If I hit Command B, I split the clip and I can delete that portion I don't want. Okay? So that's what I'm doing here. And I can also fade in and out my sound by putting my cursor down here and this little ball appears, a little circle. I can drag it here. Now I can fade it out at the end here as well. And I can lower the volume a bit. So let's test it out here. And we did it. We created a movie. I can drag my cursor all through here. I can now share it by clicking on the share button at the top. I can share it to YouTube, Facebook, email. Probably problematic. I would suggest either YouTube or export it as a file. And if you do it as a file, you can also later upload it to YouTube just as you could from here. Then I click next. And my big little movie is going into the documents folder. I'm just going to select the desktop, save, and there it goes. That's how you make an iMovie in a very short amount of time.